Lesson 15. At the lodge desk, using the telephone.
Telephone rings at the desk.
Hickman's Lodge.
Hello. Do you have a single for tomorrow night?
Let's see. Yes, we can take care of you. I have a room in the lodge at $18.
That'll be fine. My name's Gray. Jack Gray, from Austin, Texas.
Will you arrive before 6 tomorrow evening?
Oh, yes. I'm in Denver now. I'll be there shortly after noon.
Very well, Mr. Gray. We'll hold the room for you. Thank you.
Mr. Scott in cabin 9 calls the desk.
Desk, may I help you?
Yes. How do I make a long-distance call?
Just dial 9. That'll get you the long-distance operator, and you can place your call with her.
How about local calls?
Just dial the number from your room.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Scott dials a local call. The phone rings on the other end.
Hello?
Hello, this is Bill Scott. Is Harry there?
Harry? I'm afraid you have the wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. and Mrs. Rose are in room 222. Paul, I don't have my glasses. Will you look up Bessie's number in the telephone book for me?
Okay. What do I look under?
Ralph G. Crawford. They live on Canyon Road.
Yes, here it is. 462-5529.
Now, how do you call outside, I wonder?
Just try dialing the number and see what happens.
Mrs. Rose dials and gets a busy signal. Oh, darn it. The line's busy. Mr. King enters the lodge and comes to the desk.
May I have the key to room 214, please?
Your name, please?
King. Dexter King.
Just 1 second. Yes, here you are, Mr. King.
Dial phone. Touch tone phone. Phone booth. Mr. and Mrs. Crane are in lodge room 329.
Who are you calling?
Jane. Mrs. Crane lifts the phone and dials. The operator answers.
Operator?
Hello, operator. I'd like to make a long-distance call, person to person, to Mrs. Jane Wright in New York City. The area code is 212. The number is 629-4137.
Very well. May I have your room number, please?
Yes, it's room 329.
Hello? Hello. Is this Mrs. Jane Wright? Yes, it is. Just a minute, please. I have a call for you from Estes Park.
Mr. Sharp goes to the cashier's window.
Are you checking out now, sir?
Yes. Mr. Floyd Sharp, rooms 218 and 220.
Yes, here we are, Mr. Sharp. That's $89.02.
Do you take any credit cards?
Yes, we accept all major credit cards.
Mr. Yates comes into the lodge and goes to the desk.
Hello. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like a cabin for a few days. My wife and I, and our 3-year-old daughter.
Our cabins are all full, but I have a room in the lodge with a double bed, and we can put a cot in there. The rate on that is $20, plus $2 for the cot.
That sounds fine.
How long will you be staying with us?
3 nights.
Will you register here, please? I'll have someone help you with your luggage.
Useful expressions at a hotel or motel. Room clerk. Repeat these expressions.
Do you have a reservation? How many are there in your party? I can give you a double for $18. The rate on that room's $16. Will you register, please? How long will you be staying with us? Where's your luggage?
Traveler.
I made a reservation some time ago.
I believe you're holding a reservation for me.
What's the checkout time?
I checked in at 4 o'clock yesterday.
I'm checking out in about an hour.
Would you send someone to help me with my luggage, please?
Do you have a weekly rate?
What's the rate for that room?
Substitution drill. Listen to the model.
I'd like a room with a double bed. 2 double beds.
I'd like a room with 2 double beds.
I'd like a room with 2 double beds.
I'd like a room with 2 double beds.
Now do the exercise.
I'd like a room with a double bed. 2 double beds.
I'd like a room with 2 double beds.
Twin beds.
I'd like a room with twin beds.
A double bed and a cot.
I'd like a room with a double bed and a cot.
A view of the mountains.
I'd like a room with a view of the mountains.
Air conditioning.
I'd like a room with air conditioning.
A double bed.
I'd like a room with a double bed.
Situations. In these situations, another student can take the part of the motel operator or hotel desk clerk.
1. You are from Toronto, Canada. You are traveling with one other person, friend, wife, son, etc. You drive into the Lucky Motel in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Go into the motel and ask for a room.
2. You are a single person traveling alone. You are from Los Angeles, California. You made a reservation at the Brown Palace Hotel in Denver for tonight. You made the reservation almost 2 weeks ago. Go into the hotel and ask the desk clerk for your room.
Practice drills and exercises. 1. Intransitive 2-word verbs.
Check in. Check out. Stand up. Lie down. Wake up. Sit down. Burn up.
Statement of fact. Listen.
1. I went into the motel and checked in. 2. I called a taxi and then I checked out. 3. Russ took off his shoes and then he lay down. 4. When the light came into the room, I woke up. 5. The children sat down after the teacher came into the room. 6. The papers burned up as soon as the fire reached them. 7. The people stood up when they heard the national song.
Take the part of Speaker B. Answer the questions according to the statement of fact. Listen to the model.
1. What did you do after you went into the motel?
I checked in.
I checked in.
I checked in.
Now you do the exercise. 1. What did you do after you went into the motel?
I checked in.
2. What did you do after you called a taxi?
I checked out.
3. What did Russ do after he took off his shoes?
He lay down.
4. What did you do when the light came into the room?
I woke up.
5. After the teacher came into the room, what did the children do?
They sat down.
6. What happened to the papers as soon as the fire reached them?
They burned up.
7. What did the people do when they heard the national song?
They stood up.
2. Inseparable two-word verbs. Study these two-word verbs and their meanings. Listen.
Get in, enter, a car or taxi.
Get on. Board. A bus, plane, train, subway.
Get off, leave, a train, bus, plane, or subway. Leave work.
Get through. Finish. A project or job.
Get over, recover from an illness or a defeat.
Complete the following sentences by using one of the two-word verbs above. Repeat, please.
1. Russ got in his car and drove to the lake for a picnic.
2. When the plane landed in Denver, half of the passengers got off.
3. Greg got through work at midnight.
4. It takes a long time to get over a serious illness.
5. That bus is too full. Let's get on the next one.
6. I got in the taxi and told the driver to take me to Hickman's Lodge.
7. As soon as the taxi stopped, I got in.
8. I was angry for several days, but I finally got over it.
9. That was 21st Street. Don't we get off at the next stop?
10. We got on the train and went right to the diner.
3. Three-word verbs. Study these verbs and their meanings. Repeat, please.
1. Take care of, attend to.
Who'll take care of you?
2. Watch out for, be careful.
Watch out for that car.
3. Run out of, use all the supply of something.
We ran out of gas.
4. Get out of, leave a car or taxi.
Did you see who got out of the cab?
5. Look forward to, anticipate with pleasure.
We're looking forward to your visit.
6. Look up to. Respect.
He's always looked up to his father.
7. Look down on. Feel superior to.
Did they look down on her because she was from a small town?
Eight. Get rid of. Discard, dispose.
He got rid of his old car.
Slang, to kill.
Did they really get rid of Slick Hansen?
Fill the blanks in these sentences with one of the three-word verbs above. Listen.
1. I like birthday parties. I'm having one next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
2. We couldn't make sandwiches because we had run out of bread and meat.
3. I called the motel, and they said they could take care of us tonight.
4. Johnny was unhappy. He thought the other children looked down on him because he couldn't run very fast.
5. Watch out for that piece of glass. You might hurt yourself.
6. Professor Matz was a wonderful man. All his students looked up to him.
7. The driver parked. We all got out of the car and went into the restaurant.
8. I cleaned my closet and got rid of all my old clothes.
Making telephone calls. Useful expressions. Operator. These are some of the things the telephone operator might say to you. Repeat, please.
This is the operator. May I help you?
Operator.
What number are you calling, please?
What is your number?
What number are you calling from, please?
What number do you want?
The area code is 415.
You can dial that number directly.
I'll ring your party now.
Dial 411 for information, please.
There is no answer. Will you try again later, please?
That number is busy. Will you try later, please?
Please hang up and dial the number again.
Operator. When you are calling from a pay phone.
Please deposit 80 cents for the first 3 minutes. Please deposit the correct change. What number are you dialing? Your 3 minutes are up.
Substitution drills. Caller. These are things you might need to say. Listen to the model.
1.
Make a long-distance call.
I'd like to make a long-distance call.
I'd like to make a long-distance call.
I'd like to make a long-distance call.
Now do the exercise.
Make a long-distance call.
I'd like to make a long-distance call.
Make a person-to-person call.
I'd like to make a person-to-person call.
Make a station-to-station call.
I'd like to make a station-to-station call.
Make a collect call.
I'd like to make a collect call.
2.
The police.
Operator, this is an emergency. Please call the police.
The fire department.
Operator, this is an emergency. Please call the fire department.
A doctor.
Operator, this is an emergency. Please call a doctor.
Telephone practice. 1. Stress on telephone numbers. Repeat these telephone numbers. Stress the last number in each group. Area code, often written in parentheses.
239-1258. 202-649-1252.
648-6192. 515-212-6837.
513-1460. 408-113-2786.
2. Situations. Making telephone calls. In these situations, students can take the parts of the caller, the telephone operator, and the person being called. The teacher also may participate as needed. A. Make long-distance telephone calls. In the back of the book, page 216, there are sample telephone directories and also a map which gives telephone area codes. Look at these when making all your calls. Before placing your call, invent a relationship between you and the person you are calling, brother, cousin, friend, friend of the family, etc., and announce this to the class so the other participants in the call will know how to take part. In all cases, your long-distance calls are being made from Los Angeles, California. Tell the class whether you are calling from a hotel or motel, private home, pay booth, etc. Also announce the type of call you are making, person to person, station to station, collect call, etc. Example. Student.
I'm calling Edwin Frondorf in Phoenix, Arizona. He was a foreign student in my country, and I haven't seen him for 2 years. I'm calling from a hotel in Los Angeles, person to person.
Make a few of these long-distance calls.
1. Call Miss Jean Quick, who lives on Davis Street in Washington, D.C.
2. Call Robert Trank in Detroit, Michigan.
3. You stayed in the Golden Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada last night, and you think you left your briefcase in your room. Call the hotel and see if you can find out anything about it.
4. Call Frank Musel in St. Louis, Missouri.
5. Before you left Phoenix, Arizona a week ago, you forgot to pick up some cleaning you had left at the Frontier Cleaners there. Call them and discuss the matter with them.
6. Call Jack Frost in Phoenix, Arizona.
7. Call the Golf Club Motor Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, and make a reservation for you and your family.
8. Call Arthur Fish in Hollywood, Florida.
9. Call Walter Lansing in Utica, New York.
B. Make local telephone calls. Pretend you are in these various cities in the U.S. and make a few of the local telephone calls indicated. You are in
Utica, New York. You have a high fever and need to see a doctor right away. Call Dr. Alexander Lane. Call Florence Lang.
St. Louis, Missouri. You want to visit the Museum of Science and Natural History. Call to find out when they're open. You want to renew a prescription. The medicine was prescribed for you by Dr. Court on April 13th. The prescription number is 974621. Call the Musser Pharmacy, as this is the drugstore which filled the prescription for you the first time. Call Stan Musial's restaurant and make a dinner reservation for 4.
Hollywood, Florida. Call the First National Bank to see if they will exchange some foreign money for you. Find out their business hours. Call Fisherman's Wharf Restaurant and see if they serve lunch. If they do, make reservations for 6. Call the First National Travel Service and see if they have sightseeing tours. Call the fire department to tell them your car is on fire. You are in the 3500 block of Ocean Drive.
Las Vegas, Nevada. You have taken your car in for repairs. Call the Golden Valley Motors and find out what's wrong, how much it will cost to fix, and when it can be ready. Call the Golden Hotel and make a reservation for tomorrow night for some friends of yours who are coming to town. Call the Golden Steer Restaurant and make dinner reservations for you and your friends tomorrow night. One of your friends is having a birthday. Ask the restaurant if they can do something special for the occasion. You have a call from Frank Gold. Return his call.
Detroit, Michigan. You want to go to Chicago, Illinois. Call Trailways Bus Center and Trans World Airlines to get schedules and prices. Call Al Train and invite him to a party you're giving Friday night.
Phoenix, Arizona. Call Frontier Airlines and get a reservation on a plane for Las Vegas tomorrow morning. Call the Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas for a reservation tomorrow night. The number is located in the Phoenix directory. Call the Frontier Nationwide Car Rental Agency and have them hold a rental car for you at the Las Vegas airport tomorrow. Call the Frontier Motor Hotel and see if your friend Jack Burton from Denver, Colorado has checked in yet. You have a toothache. Call Dr. Frost to see when he can take care of you. C. Call from a pay booth. You and your family are driving along outside of Denver, Colorado, and you want to stop 2 hours from now and stay in a motel for the night. You see an advertisement and decide to call the motel and ask them to hold a room for you until you arrive there. This is the advertisement.
The Plains, a luxury motel. Cheyenne, Wyoming, on Highway 40. Doubles from $12. Telephone 307-212-4666.
Make the telephone call from the nearest pay booth.
End of lesson 15.